Okay, here's my video for my cloud bread. So I've got my ingredients. I got 6 farm fresh eggs. I've got my cream cheese and my cream of tartar. Those are the only 3 ingredients that is gonna go into my cloud bread. I've separated out 6 tablespoons of cream cheese here. I'm gonna pop that into the microwave for just 30 seconds just to soften it a little bit. And then once it's softened, then we'll go from there. Since I'm using a variety of size of eggs due to the fact that I have my own chickens, I just kind of average it out to 6. You try to get 6 large eggs, but if you end up, then maybe you can add another one or subtract one if you have too large of eggs. I just separated my eggs. I put my yolks in with the cream cheese and my whites all by themselves. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a 1/4 teaspoon, just a quarter, I don't know if you can see that. There we go, a 1/4 teaspoon of the cream of tartar, and I'm just gonna put that in with the egg whites. I'm gonna take my egg whites over here to my KitchenAid mixer, and I'm gonna put that on there, and I'm just gonna turn it on to high. I'm just leaving my mixer on high until they get to a stiff heat, and once they do that, we'll mix in the other ingredients with it. But until then, we'll just leave that as it is. For now, we'll come over here, and I'll get a fork and take these egg yolks and the cream cheese, and I'm just gonna whip them together. Okay, I think it's been whipping good enough. It's maybe 1.5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes at most. I just take my egg whites, whip them up. See, they're nice and stiff in there, which is great. And then I had already mixed together my egg yolks, as we showed a second ago. So basically what I'm gonna do, oops, I forgot to take the fork out, sorry. Is I'm just gonna take those, sorry about that, and I'm just gonna just pour them into here. I take my spatula that I have here and I just scrape out my bowl, and then basically all I do is just mix this together, not too many times because you don't want to flatten your egg whites. It will be a little bit of the egg whites color to it, but that's about it. That's all you want to do right there. And so now all I'm going to do is I have a, I'll take this back over here. I have a stainless steel 3rd cup. Sorry if that was reflective. And I just take it and I take some spoonfuls. I try to get 8 out of this batch that I made. And I just take it and put it onto my parchment paper like so. What I'm gonna do is make 8 of them. Try not to overfill them, try not to underfill them. And then I'm gonna, I'll show you what I'm gonna do next. So let me just get these on there. I got all 8 of them on my 2 trays, and if they're high still, you just take the thing and just kind of pat them a little bit. You can pat up and down, or you can move it into a circle just to get them on there. And then once you do this, you slip them into your oven, which is still preheating. Mine's gonna go up to 350, but once I do that, I'm gonna pop them in the oven and then I'll show you what's next. So I have the temperature set at 350, and they are going to bake for 15 minutes. Once they're done baking, which is now, they are in the oven looking good, so I'm gonna pull them out and I'll show you. So what I do is I get a spatula and I just kind of scrape underneath them, and let's see, and then I just put them on my cooling rack and I let them dry just maybe 2 minutes, and then you can use them. Or you can leave them like this, and you can put them back onto parchment paper and fold the parchment paper in between each layer here. And then once you do that, you can put them in the refrigerator and they can last, I've kept them a week. Enjoy. Alright guys, so there you go. There's my cloud bread recipe. The one thing I did forget to mention was you can add any type of seasonings you want. So if you want, you can add Italian seasoning to them and make them a little bit of savory. You can add garlic. You can add any type. Just go ahead and add it to the wet ingredients prior to cooking. If you want to make French toast, the way I do that is I take the recipe and then I put it in a loaf pan. And I cook it at the 350, but I change it to 30 minutes. And then when it comes out, I stick it on my handy dandy cooling rack for just a couple of minutes. And then I cut it in quarters. Basically, I cut it in half vertically, and then I cut it in half horizontally. I add to that monk fruit and cinnamon. And then, of course, you can take that at that point and then put it in your egg batter and then put it on to your grill or in your frying pan, however you make your French toast. All right, guys, so there you go. There's